And boo, yeah. We're gonna pop out of chat. Pop out of chat. Cool. All right. We're doing the thing. How about some music? Let's see. Let's do this one. Also, last time I recorded, I felt like music was way too loud. Mic was too low. We're gonna fix that a little bit here. Okay, let's go back to this chat. There. Ooh, that's a good looking wiener. Am I one of the coaches here? Sort of. Something sort of like that. All right, so the premise of this whole thing. Holy cow! Forgot I had another window open over here. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. All right, so we are going to be discussing mechanics, how to train them, all that good stuff. Specifically, aerial mechanics, but we can discuss other mechanics as well. But what I would like to do is source some questions from the audience. I want to know what you guys want to learn specifically. What about these types of mechanics do you struggle with? Are there any particular questions you would love to have answered? Just, yeah, anything in general. I want to know. First touch, often air dribble. Oh, Brian, you tee me up. All right, let me switch this over here. All right, there's a whole controller. So if you guys want, you can follow along at home. You can just go to custom training, go to browse, wall to air dribble. It's the very first pack. All right. I love this pack because you can do and train so many things with it. And over boosting, this is great for this. So I like doing this in steps, in stages, and approaching it, doing it a handful of different ways each time. So for this, you always have to boost just a little bit to get behind the ball, right? So that way you're going up the wall with the ball. And if you have Bacchus mod, definitely be turning this dude on right here. Was it at custom training? Set your boost limit to 100 instead of -1, so that way you don't have unlimited boost. Have limited boost. It's a great way to actually watch and see how much you're boosting, not boosting. So you want to get to this point with at least 70 boost off the wall. Okay. So boost. And then so about getting off the wall. Well, here's the deal. If you hit the ball and keep driving off the wall, it's just going to start floating away from you, right? And if you jump off too late or too soon, well, yeah, too late, then the ball's going to be the ball is going to be falling already, and you won't have a way to get underneath it. You jump too soon, and then you're going to push the ball out down the field instead of out from the wall. So a good way to do this is start working on a time where you hit, jump. That's it. Hit, jump. And when you get to that point, if you notice, me and the ball are falling at about the same pace, right? Just focus on that. And even if you don't, that's fine. Don't worry about the timing. We're going to be working on a handful of different things at the same time. So you notice I'm boosting, jumping, and then I'm turning my car over so that my nose is pointing towards the ball. Even if you mess up, right? Come off the wall, point facing the ball. Roll over. And then you're just going to focus on just touching. That's it. Don't worry about how you touch it. Just touch it. That sounded dirty. Just touch it. So yeah, come off the wall, use a little bit of boost, and I do mean a little bit, okay? Because we're going to get used to using barely any boost at all. because that first touch is pretty important for not using a bunch of boost. Okay? That's it. It's all you need to worry about for the first bit of this. Key thing is not overtraining. You need to move on to the next thing once you reach a threshold. Otherwise, you're stuck and not improving much. You find the same thing? Similar thing. For me, it was don't practice the same specific thing for too long because you begin to have diminishing returns. We'll go over that in a little bit. You have a slight touch that tends to jump off the wall too strong. Yeah, it should be a very quick, just a little bitty tap. And don't boost either. Don't boost with the ball. That's a whole other thing. We can talk about that later. There's a lot of different ways you can do this, but for this specifically, that's it. Boost up. And you notice I quit boosting when I hit the wall. So I'm just boosting to the wall. And then that's it. You get some meta input on how to learn blank, like how to keep on motivation, try progress, and implement mechanics. Ooh, I don't necessarily. I've considered that though. So yeah, basic thing right there. That's it. That's all we're doing. Boost till you get to the wall, jump, float with the ball. Okay? When you get to that point, when you get to this point right here, you're ready to start moving on. Right? But this is one of those really good things. You should actually learn how to do this right here, because this is a really great way to maintain possession, or at least fake possession, while you're in the air. So like, let's say you're coming off the wall like this and you only have 10 boosts left in the tank. You're going to position yourself behind the car for a 50, right? Somebody's going to be coming up behind you or coming up the other side of the ball. You're just going to make yourself big. You know, you're going to stay with it. Or you do have a little bit of boost and you want to touch it a little bit. Just try to get around somebody. And then once you get to that point right there, then you're going to start working on keeping it in the air a little bit. A lot of different ways you can go about it. But personally, I think if you can get to this right here, hitting the ball, staying with the ball, that's it. That should be your goal. And then eventually you're going to get to the point where your next thing you're going to try to do is get up and then front flip into the ball. And I want that front flip to go towards the goal. That's it. No boost, nothing fancy. I mean, I use a little bit of boost there to reposition, but you know what I mean. These very basic things right here are going to get you to a point where doing the more faster, more advanced versions of this, like this, is going to come so much easier, so much faster. Any tips for not going past the ball with an air dribble? Yes. Stay under the ball. No matter what you do, stay under it. Stay behind it. Also, don't boost into the ball. Next biggest thing. Boost with the ball or to the ball, but never into the ball. When you're learning this, that is. Obviously, these are like exceptions. They're guidelines, not rules, right? But as you're learning this sort of stuff, if this is your goal, stay behind the ball, stay with the ball. I feel like most of the time when I go up for them, I end up outpacing the ball and just going for a bump. I mean, that is one way to do it. Cloud is loud. I feel like I remember you. This is also why I recommend learning air dribbles this way. If you can get it to where you're jumping off the wall with the ball in front of you and you can front flip into it, that's going to get you to the point where you're just staying with it and you're floating. It's like you and the ball are just there in the air. And this, again, this is a very simple, you know, you take the ball off the wall with the car, and you're just staying with it, right? That's very, very basic. You're not trying to catch this thing in the air. None of that. Very much expect me to hit them, so I fake everything. I mean, hey. Nothing wrong with a good fake. They can't predict what you know and don't know. But if you look like you know, then, I mean, isn't that just as good as knowing it? So yeah, same thing here. That's all we're doing. Going behind the ball. And even if you want to start throwing in a spin there. And just even start with little basic touches like that. And you know, if you can see my stick there, I'm really just keeping the nose pointed forward towards the ball. Oh, you don't see my stick? No. Oh, there's no controller overlay for you guys. Hold up, let me see what I can do. Yeah, the controller overlay was over on YouTube. I apologize, guys. Give me a hot second. I have an idea. Hold, please. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this right. Ooh, but I don't think... No, I think you'll... Will you hear the game, though? Do you need game audio? You let me know if it matters. Alright, let me try this real quick. Let me share this screen. There I am. Okay. Where's that other thing? Aha! What's the best way to train recoveries for flip resets? Ceiling shots, honestly. Just getting used to taking the ball up the wall and then landing upside down on the ceiling. Massive for that. I can't see the chat. Show me the chat. Show me the chat. The best way Appjack told me about air dribbles is don't aim for speed in the air, aim for height. That is very true. Go for air dribble gauntlet and press up on the D-pad to see the optimal place to be hitting the nose of your car. That, yes, that is very much a thing. I feel like some of that is situational. So, on the one hand, if you're trying to get an air dribble, yes, you want to be underneath the ball, but also the thing with air dribble gauntlet is that red circle is like directly underneath the ball. I mean, that thing is specifically tailored for you to hit the ball hit the ball underneath it to keep it up in the air, to get that thing pushed up toward that little circle you're trying to get it into. In a game, that's not really the point. Like, the point here is to, like, yes, keep it up in the air, but it's also to keep it moving forward towards the goal. So, really it just comes down to, are you hitting the ball with specific parts of your car in a specific direction in order to make it go the places you want it to go? I mean, that's what that comes down to. So, even just... I boosted too much. Like, even there, right? Like, I was just trying to keep it in the air in front of you, like this. Just don't boost. Don't boost into it. Simple as that. Or wait and kind of, like, maybe give a puff of boost in the opposite direction. Like that. Keep that ball in front of you. Any tips on getting to the backboard consistently? I feel like I go under and past it when I try to get under it. Can you be a little bit more specific, Sicko? I can do this shot, but my setups are wildly consistent. All right, let's take an old free play here. I would like to train, but I can't simulate that in free play. Any tips? Oh, you want to hold drift for landing awkwardly? Try flipping into the wall. Like legit. Just do this. Just doing these like little wild, crazy half flip things is a great way to practice not only recoveries, but a great way to practice landing awkwardly. And then after a while of that, turn on ball cam. And then make your focus be to like pay attention to your car in relation to where it is on the field. So like, you know, you're coming up to a wall right here. I want to land with my nose down, or at least landing in a direction that puts me back in line with the field, or in line with where I want to be heading. So in this case, towards the ball, right? And then you see you're coming. And then you just sort of do these moves right here, where you pass the ball, come back. You land with your nose facing the opposite direction, then land holding reverse instead. I do that a lot. Just literally this. I know it seems goofy as hell, but this is so good. Just learning your awareness with the car in relation to your momentum. That's true. Yeah, the jump in replay is really good. I haven't used it yet. I've been watching videos on it though, because I've been wanting to start playing around with it a little bit more. How do you start to understand where you need to be underneath the ball for a grounded air dribble play? Love that you asked. Let's go to... I have a grounded air dribble. So let's look at this shot. No, I feel like I got a better one. Where's the one I want? All right, this one doesn't have this little car pop. So in this scenario, you notice your camera, if you get too far underneath it, it starts to lean back on you. You don't want that. So you want to be focusing on that same touch that we would do off the wall. You just want to get that from the ground. And again, be very, very frugal with your boost. You want to boost to get to the ball, and then after that, you don't want to boost anymore. And then now you're just pushing it. And I'm just doing this with free air roll, by the way. I'm not even doing this with directional air roll. And if the ball starts to go too far up, then you wait. And you wait to boost a little bit. Like, where's the sweet spot from underneath what you're doing? If that's no pop from a dribble carry. Oh, a dribble carry. I see. Let's see. We'll go back to free play for that. All right, so say you have the ball on top of your car. Is that what you're referring to? It's sort of the same thing. I would recommend just doing this, going into free play. Get the ball on top of your car. Again, you want your wheels right there in the back. Right in the back, that indicator circle. You want to have control of it, though. And it's tough when you're not in ball cam, because ball cam is kind of a really good like gauge of where you're at. But once you've got the ball in the sweet spot, like when it's too far back, you notice how the ball wants to like pop off my car. But when it's properly forward, I can stay with it and actually get it to pop up. Those are the sort of things you want to be looking for. But yeah, doing it in car cam instead of ball cam is a little bit tougher. Especially because like there's that in-between space where the ball and the car doesn't actually touch. Like you can see like there's voided space there, right? So you kind of have to use the mind's eye a little bit to gauge how you're supposed to be touching it. Just makes it weird. I can't do flip resets even when I'm in free play and serve myself the ball. I was firing on the ball. Rip camera. Oh no, my camera's gone. All right, hold on. I'll fix that. Thanks for the heads up. Okay. The Elgato virtual camera sucks sometimes. I swear to God. I think I'm just using too many resources on my computer. My bad, gang. All right, let me turn that back off. Probably doesn't help. I'm like streaming this in 2 different places. Anyway. Flip reset. Serving yourself the ball. Okay. Easy. No. No, when it comes to flip resets, what you really want to be doing is getting that last touch. You notice how I sort of boost into it, but you do so upside down. So you sort of get your car in a position where it would land. Like there's a great example of like, oh, that looked like I got a reset, but I didn't. If you have access to Bacchus mod, there's a flip indicator color that you can turn on. Highly recommend doing that. Let's see here. Is it in quick settings, current game? Free play. Car flip indicator. Now my car will be green when I have a flip. It's supposed to. So yeah, didn't have it there. That's okay. So I'm gonna come off the wall. I'm pink. Now I'm green. Now I have a flip. Highly recommend using that, so that way you get a better representation. See, right there, didn't get it. Also, I would recommend when you're working on flip resets, going from the wall is really good, but also doing them from the ground. Just practicing this right here and trying to catch it with a reset is super helpful. If I can make one happen here, let me see. Nope, not a good one. Just trying to do that. Just try to get a reset anytime you're in the air. And just get to the point where you're just constantly just able to get them. Because it is, the more you train it, the better at it you'll get. I mean, that's like with anything else. But that's a really good way to sort of get yourself to that point where you're like, it's not even something that you even have to struggle to get. It's just something that you start doing more naturally and more intuitively. What's that decal? It's just white. I think it's white anodized pearl. Also, I lost my YouTube chat. Hold on one second. Hey, gang. question right up there. Sorry, what was it? Tips on getting more consistent setups into the shot. Sorry. Setups. Yes. All right. So when you're talking about ground to air or ball to air dribble setups, that's what you want to be focusing on. Is just going up behind the ball, creating a little bit of space, and if you get too far in front of it, break after you touch it. When you're coming off the back wall, you have to jump out to meet the ball after you touch it because you're going in a straight line. But just doing this, literally just rolling the ball up the wall and then just trying to work on getting a touch and then getting a follow-up touch. And using as little boost as you can, again, because, you know, when you boost into it like that, you're going to send it down the field, naturally. So if you can, try to only boost a little bit like that, and then work on pre-flips into it, you know, dodges, air dodges. These are all super great skills, and they all come in waves as you start to get better at each one of them. But yeah, if you're going for a more straight-on approach, you want to take it slow. Like that one, I got the ball getting behind me, even off the wall here, right? So I jump low to keep the ball up and keep it in front of me. Let's see, here's another, if you're taking it, like say this is the back wall or something, that's where you want to get that break touch. You really want to start popping it into the wall or popping it into the air while you're still on the wall. That was terrible. But just doing dumb little stuff like this, just constantly trying to test yourself and see what you can and can't do. Always be trying to push it. And so you're like, why was that not a reset? I thought the same thing. I think is I just landed 2 wheels at a time and not 3. Yeah, that was a 2-wheel touch. Thanks for the tips. We'll try the box mod. Yeah, for sure. Volume is really low. Which volume is really low? The game audio or the mic audio? Getting a softer touch with the resets. Oh, where's the other chat you want to follow? It is in the link in the description, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, the DBHubs Discord link is in the video description if you guys want to come there. Mic audio is low. Okay, let me turn that up. All right. Let me know if that fixes it. I did turn it up. Well, of course, the mic sounds good on Discord, but I'm talking to the YouTube folk. What lesson have you learned in mechanics has the largest impact in your overall game? Recoveries. Straight up. Just being aware of your car and its orientation at all times, and its momentum. I mean, that makes your ability to do things like that possible and to recover out of them. And then being able to do things like that, where you catch the ball on the wall or hit it into the wall with intention. Just basically always just being aware of your car to the point where you don't even have to think of it anymore. It's just something that becomes intuitive. But yeah, just recoveries in general. Can't stress enough how good recoveries are as a mechanic. Call Rocket League a fighting game and stage should be trained the same as a fighting game. Knowing how to move your character around the stage. Yes. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why the Octane is changing colors, because of the flip indicator. I'll turn it back off. Sorry. That's distracting, isn't it? That's why a lot of the tutorials that I made right off the rip was about car control. Because my thing is, if you can control your car, then you can control the ball. But it takes learning how to do one first before you can do the other. When you guys get to that point where you're starting to train these, that was a bad example. Let me just go into a training pack where I have this shot. I know I have it. Hold, please. You're good. Okay, here we go. So when you get to the point where you're going to start doing like back wall air dribbles, you should boost just enough to get you to the ball, then flip into the ball as close to the ball as you can. I'm doing a bad job of this. Hold on. I keep flipping, or I keep going up high, too high. And then after you've flipped into the ball, that's when you want to boost back out after it. So see how you stay with it. You don't want to boost with your jump, because if you do, then you're just gonna, or boost with your dodge rather, because you'll end up just flinging the ball way too far away from you, unless you get a hit underneath it like that, which is very hard to time. I am doing a shit job of explaining this. No, front flip's fine, I guess. There we go. So like when I do a forward diagonal flip, you see how it just like bangs the thing away from me? And then I have to spend a whole lot of boost to catch back up to it. You don't want to do that. Let me switch sides here. Damn it. Should always flip into the ball too. Not away from it. What the hell am I doing? Anyway, you get the idea. So can you get away with just left and right air roll, or am I shooting myself in the foot by learning for it? No. You can get away with both. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, because you only need to use it to roll the car left and right. So if you don't use free air roll, that's fine. I mean, personally, I use free air roll in lieu of not having air roll right bound. I mean, I do have it bound, I just never use it, right? So in instances where it would be much faster to go to my right than rolling 270 degrees to my left, I'll use free air roll to just turn my car back over the other way. I use it a lot for air roll shots too. Specifically for something like this. Or that's not a good one. Here we go. So if I want to do something like that, like where I just wanted to bang it down the field, I would use free air roll. Well, for that I'd probably actually use a speed flip, but this is This right here is one of those really great shots where I was talking about, like, this is a great way to train your flip resets. Getting one touch and then trying to catch it with a reset. And if you want to know how to get a soft touch with a reset, it starts with learning how to get a soft touch in an air dribble like that. So if you'll notice, I'm boosting just enough to get to the ball. So once my car has enough momentum to touch the ball, I stop boosting. And then after I make that second touch, then I'll boost again. Or in this case, the ball was falling, so I needed to touch to get back up. So I'm just staying with it. Getting better at the overall game. Oof. See, that's tough, right? Because there's not a one training pack for everything. You really just kind of have to do a mixture of all the things. Like, so I've got some training packs. Definitely go back through some of my videos. Because I've got a lot that I've made. Like, the Moxie Flick is really good for learning, like, flicks and ground dribbles. This ground to air dribble pack has a lot of great shots for just aerial ball control in general. That's not a real one. Don't worry about him. Off the wall stuff. That was another one. I guess I do have a complete warm up. Ugh. I haven't touched this one in a minute. Let's check it out. Doing your supersonic jump when you cancel thing has been a real get. Awesome. Any tips on where to get the ball on top of your car when flicking? I'm new and have trouble as the jump flings the car. Oh, and it doesn't hit it. Okay. Yeah, we can show you that. Oh, yeah. This was a complete warm-up pack. Started with a speed flip. And then just some basic aerials. Oh! I say basic. It's a fast aerial. Just to work on getting that touch. Getting your speed up. And this is also really good, too, to work on, like, directing the ball. So think to yourself where you want it to go. And then try to put it there. I want it to go back right into blue. All right, missed a little bit. That's fine. There you go. Back left to blue. Top of the backboard. Mid. Back towards my own goal. Just miss it. That's all you gotta do for that one. Oh my lord. Off the ceiling. Down on the ground. Those are the types of, like, redirecting touches you should definitely be working on. Just because in a game, you're going to have moments where you're like, I'm up here, but I don't have a shot. But you know what I do have? I got a teammate right there. I don't really have a shot, but I got somebody over there, you know? Or, ooh, I've got somebody coming up behind me. I need to put this ball over here in this corner so that I can come down here on the ground. And then bang it back down the other end of the field. Like, just, I know that sounds dumb, but practicing all those little things are super great. And then, of course, ooh. These are some of the hardest shots in the game to make. The ones that are, like, bouncing that you have to catch in the air and not overflip into them. It's a good one. Here's another just... Oh, yeah, you got to get the ball in the goal with a redirect. See? I'm trash. There we go. And as you get better too, like, start transitioning these into, like, double taps. It's supposed to be a flip reset double tap. Come on. Nah, sort of. And then this has a wall to air dribble setup that you have to flip into to get it going up in the air. And then looks like, yep, we've got ourselves a backboard clear here. Trying to take that downfield. Got one off the wall here for big bangs. There's one where you gotta catch. And then try to put it in the goal. That's pretty self-explanatory. This one can be turned into flicks. Ah, this brings up the flick question. All right. Okay. See the ball indicator circle on the ground? You want your car just slightly in the back of it. That way when you jump, even if it is a little too far back, it stays with you. But when the wheels are just outside of it and you go for that jump, it's going to stay with the car. And flicks, you can do those with directional air roll or with free air roll. Doesn't matter. Whatever tickles your fancy. But it's also good for ground to air dribbles. Working on getting that first touch. Ah. Oh. I'm doing a bad job here. And they're just trying to follow it, stay with it. That's awesome. Yeah, give it a shot. I mean, that's why we wanted to do this, right? So that you guys could jump into free play and start working on this stuff too. And then when you come across something that you're like struggling with, you can just ask a question live in real time. Let's see. Another good way to work on resets is off of a single pop like this. So just going up for it and trying to catch it. And you see how that popped from me? It's because the ball was coming down. And so it collided with my car in the air. Like that. Instead, if you can actually get up there and meet the speed of the ball. But if I could, Jesus. It's not going to bang away from you because you made that touch while you and the ball were at the same speed. Does that make sense? It's just like with an air dribble like that. Like, I didn't bang the ball away from me. I stayed with it. That's the sort of thing you want to do with resets as well. And corner shots like this are a really great way to test how fast you're taking balls off the wall. Highly, highly encourage doing corner shots like this. This is one of the biggest, probably one of the biggest things I see mid to lower ranked players struggle with is clearing it from from their corners. So like, learn to take your time. You know, especially if you're up here and you're not getting challenged, don't just bang it away. Work on like how to hit the ball to maintain possession, maintain control, and then possibly get a shot, you know. But if you notice here, like I'm chipping the ball up and then I'm staying with it. You basically just want to mirror the ball, shadow the ball from the wall, so that when you jump out after it, I'm already heading towards the ball. You see that? You're right there with it. And then the shot after it starts out with the ball purposely behind you so that you then have to like gather it, right? Like you can't just go and bang this thing, but also you have to, like, the camera is going to shift on you, and that's good. You need to get comfortable learning how to deal with a ball that's changing your camera's perspective. And see, there, I just jumped too soon. But just these little things right here make a big difference. They're the sort of things that like you don't think about being a problem while you're playing a game because you're just like, oh, I'm trying to go through. Oh, no, it's going the wrong way. You know, instead, let the ball get ahead of you. Oh, man, you messed up. All right, cool. Try it again. Just try to jump out with the ball. And note that your car, when it leaves the wall, it's going to separate itself from the wall. So try and jump between the ball and the car. Or, sorry, between the wall and the ball. So that way you are with the ball when you come out and you're behind it. Massively important. And if you can, touch the ball with that jump. Ah, messed up there. That's going to help you stay with it even better. Because then it's going to continue some forward momentum so that your next touch is going to be a redirect, or is not going to be a reflective touch, but a continuing touch. So that way you're keeping the ball moving rather than the ball hitting you and knocking you out of alignment. Braking on resets can help. That is very true. You messed around with the Dribble Challenge Workshop maps? Yes, I have. Big fan of that one. I will show you actually my routine with that one. And this is something I recommend everybody do. So you got Bacchus mod. Obviously, it's on PC. Lower the gravity to around 430, right? And so what this is going to do is this is going to help keep the ball in the air longer so that you can work on just trying to get those touches to keep the ball up. And if you're somebody who's working on directional air roll, this will also help with that as well. And your whole goal here is to just try to keep your nose pointed at the ball as long as you can. That's it. That's all you're trying to do. Is just maintain control, maintain, possession, of course. But it's not even so much about keeping the ball up in the air as it is just like trying to stay efficient with your stick movements. Don't just constantly fling this thing around. You know, find the direction that you need to go in order to hit the ball correctly. And sometimes you don't even need a whole bunch of air roll, right? If the thing would be to just like, oh, I just need to roll my car over just enough to keep the ball on top of me, then do that. I tend to get a little wonky there towards the 20-second mark, but also you can start working on very specific touches, you know, boosting into the ball, trying to redirect it or direct it while you're in the air. Sometimes I'll do this for like a good 20 or 30 minutes before I even play games. Just to get myself in the mode of controlling my car with directional air roll. Oh, now we're going too fast. That boosted away from me. Another thing you want to start working in, don't just constantly be air rolling. I mean, it's helpful to get to that point of muscle memory, right? But if you can, start touching the ball, then air rolling, and then readjusting, right? Using air roll just to readjust. And then once it's going to hit the part of your car that you want it to, or it's just going to hit a part that you're aware of, then start focus on, all right, I'm going to hit it with that part of my car, and then I'm going to readjust after that touch to keep it with me. So it's kind of like doing it in bursts, right? The same way that you're boosting in bursts. Like you notice there, I went upside down so that I could try to make a touch upward. You'll notice a lot of pros do this, like in their games when they're going for like what looks like a super fancy mechanical like air dribble play or something like that. Really what they're doing is they're going for a very specific touch. And they're sort of predicting or preemptively adjusting and moving their car in a position to do to move it where they want it to go, if that makes sense. I just wasn't fast enough to get to underneath that one. But no, that's one of those ones that I work on a lot. Stupid mouse, get out of here. Let's see. What's another one I think you should work on? Or one that I enjoy. This is a pretty good one, actually. Just the basic, like, air dribble melee single player. This one's a ton of fun. Just getting a single ground pop, scoring that. And this one you gotta go a little further. This is really where I started, like, cutting my teeth on getting around to air dribbles. Was getting this first step, this first touchdown. Learning how to get under the ball, how to launch it up into the air. Because it's tough. Because you're fighting your car, which is fighting gravity, which is fighting the ball, which is also fighting gravity. So you're having two opposing gravitational forces that you have to fight against while also keeping this thing controlled. It's kind of dumb. One good way to do this is to get your first touch, save your second jump until after you're underneath the ball, and use it as a way to fight the opposing gravity and also give yourself a boost into the air. A boost! Sorry, I'm hitting puberty. To give yourself an extra boost into the air. But again, you need to keep the ball in front of you, but also going up. It's tough stuff. And this is one of those where, like, turning off ball cam actually helps a little bit. I am throwing this so hard. Dear Lord in heaven. I apologize, I'm running on very little sleep. Had a big day. Ha! I now overcompensated. There we go. This is basically just, you're just getting touches here. Now this one's a little bit more fun. Up. Boosted while I was spinning. That was wrong. Haha! I went too far. So if you notice there, I boosted just until I was able to get, like, under the ball a little bit and kind of behind it. So that I could redirect it back to where I wanted it to go. Can I cover 45-degree flicks? I can. No, not tutorial. Dude, I swear to God, this mouse is going to be the death of me. It's being dumb. Let's go to my Moxie flick one here. All right. So, 45-degree flicks. So the basic idea here is that you're just going to turn a little bit, and you want the front fender of your car, the opposite fender, to strike the ball. So in this case, I want the front right fender, sorry, this part right here, the front right fender, to strike right there on the ball. So you're going to turn just a little bit, right? And you want to boost through your flick as well if you can, if you have the power. You can do them forwards too as well, but really the idea is you're trying to get that part of the car to hit the ball. And the same goes for the back of the car too, right? Like you want the spoiler to hit the ball, you would just do a front flip, right? Or if you were doing a 180 flick, you would want to jump, spin your car all the way around, and then do a backflip. You want to hit it with the nose. But in this case, you're trying to hit it with that part of your car, so you're going to push your stick opposite of the car, right? So if I'm trying to use the front right of my car, which would be the up and right portion, I want it pulled down and left on my stick, because that's the direction I want my car to roll in order to hit it with that part of my car. What rank would I recommend somebody start learning directional air roll? As soon as possible. Seriously, start learning it immediately. The reason being is that even if you're not using that stuff now, you're building in foundations, right? You're building in the fundamentals that you're going to be using later. All of that stuff matters. Like I said, the biggest thing that I got from directional air roll training was learning recoveries. Like, yeah, it looks good for, air dribbles and flip resets and fast aerials and all that good stuff or whatever. But really, it was more about just understanding how to control my car. And that, it cannot go understated as easily the most beneficial thing that you can train is just car control. So, Brian, when it comes to these type of flicks, start trying to do them in different and more unique ways. So, you want that 45-degree flick. Try doing it a little bit more of a 90 or 180. Or trying to just put the ball in the air, turn your car, and then flip into it. Right? Like, just try to get yourself comfortable with the orientation of your car and the direction in which you need to move the stick in order for it to flick the ball. I'm not doing a good job of getting this right here, but how can I get more power without crossbarring, though? Low trajectory. So you want to keep the ball low, almost as if it's like when it's about to start coming down to the ground, like that. So when the ball begins to start falling from your jump... Ooh, I got a double hit on that one. Because when the ball's going upward, that's when you're going to get that, like, that upward fling. Right? So if you wait a second till it's about to start falling, then you can keep it low. Same with a musty flick. Once the ball's starting to fall, that's when you're going to get that opposing force, and that's when you're actually going to get more power on your flick. Otherwise, see how like when the ball was starting to go up there? Like you can still pull it off. But you also want your flick, that part of the car that you're flicking into the ball, to be going toward your intended target as well. So you see here the ball goes up, starts to come down, and then my flick and impact were in a straight line towards where it was I was wanting to go. And just like that. Ha! So yeah, just think about what part of your car you want to hit the ball, or flip around in goofy directions and think, all right, what part of my car can hit the ball? That's a fun one I like to do. So like going for something like a classy flick. Like the whole idea is I want to get the ball up into the air. I want to follow behind it, and then I want to do a backflip into it. Damn it. It takes practice. But yeah, just basic stuff like that. I say basic. I mean, that's the basic idea. I'm extremely basic with the idea of what I'm doing. Then you can start going fancier stuff too. There's that fling thing. I don't know how to do that actually. I haven't actually tried it. It has something to do with like a backflip cancel. Something like that, I don't know. Haven't learned that one yet. But yeah, if you want just a basic flick, legitimately, that right there, just a forward diagonal flip while the ball is on top of your car, will take you super far. And if you can start canceling that too, so that it becomes almost like a speed flip. Then you can stay with a fastball like that. I mean, because look how fast. Like, that goes from, like, nothing to, like, now you're supersonic, and you just flicked it over somebody. Hella good. But yeah, if you fail to do the thing you're trying to do, then go, all right, well, that part failed. Well, what can I do with it now? And just that's how I get to where I'm like, I'm just trying out all this goofy shit because I'm like, ooh, that was an unintended consequence. I wonder what I can do with that. And that's kind of how a lot of mechanics just get invented in this game. Or become popularized or whatever. And then stopping the car after landing. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Yep. I see that. Ah. That's super hard. Oh, there we go. There's a little mini version of it. That's kind of like when I first started learning how to do breezy flicks. Like, nobody explained that, like, when you set up the breezy, you kind of need to be boosting to put the tail of the car, like, back and around and behind the ball. Also, it has a function, too. Like, it'll help you get behind the ball faster. Or, like, reposition the car. So that way you have time to use that extra... that jump. Because sometimes you won't have enough time. Like there. Like... I'm doing a terrible job. I don't practice that flick a lot, so that's on me. But now let's go back to the old Wall Air training pack here. So yeah, once you get to that point where you're just flipping off the ball into the ball, just staying with it. And if you want to, here's where I would recommend too. Like, start giving a little puff of boost. So jump, and then boost with the ball. You see how much, like, how that stays, like, really close to you. So you boost to the wall, and then once the ball's reaching the top there, it's kind of tough. The timing on this is definitely weird. But see, yeah, now I come out off the wall, and I'm already touching the ball. I swore I just heard my children. And so you'd be like, all right, well, why are you spinning around then? Because that's me positioning the nose backwards because I need to try to keep the ball in front of me, right? So that's where air roll comes in super helpful with learning air dribbles. It's the ability to speed up and slow down the ball and the car. I think it's my dog. Hi, Annabelle. Come on. Come here. You want to say hi? Ugh. Hi, everybody. This is Annabelle. Annabelle, say hi. I know. You're adorable. Yo, I'm supposed to be doing coaching right now. You're being very disruptive, scratching at my door. I know. I know. All right, grab a seat. Oh, no. I'm an adult. I can have drinks by my computer. It's fine. It's not fine. Hold, please. Also, I suck at this. I don't have paper towels. I have tissues. That's gonna clean up soda, right? I tell you else what it doesn't clean up. That shit is a myth. All right. Nice. Crisis averted. Good thing they're little cans. You have a question? What is your question? Name I can't pronounce. I do apologize. I'm American, so I'm dumb. What you got for me? Do you mean by mechanic, doing your style and stable thing in daily routine? Ooh. Daily routine. I'm going to try my best to decipher this question. I can tell we're not native English speakers, and that's cool. Your style on a daily routine. Yeah, I would say just trying to practice the same. Don't overdo it. Try to practice one or two things at a time. So for this, right, it's just a matter of like repositioning behind the ball. And that's it. I just want to work on that. So then I can stay behind the ball and continue an air dribble. Or I want to work on making a bad touch and then trying to force myself to recorrect it somehow. You know, I might do a couple of those. But I'm not trying to run the whole gambit of all the things. I would say as you're learning, learn one or two things at a time. I mean, that's one of the biggest things about, let's go to the Musty Speed Flip training pack, right? Love this training pack. Do not practice this for more than like 10 to 15 minutes at a time. This is where those diminishing returns start to come in. And you're gonna start like doing really goofy shit with your thumbs. Don't recommend that at all. Hold, please. Sorry about that. Had a quick phone call. Another question. How do you always fall down or a car goes random ways? How do you tell? Oh, just are you talking about for the speed flip or just air roll in general? You're most welcome. So yeah, one of the biggest things about learning wall to air dribbles is about the pacing, or even with ground to air dribbles, right? Is always trying to keep the ball in front of you, no matter what. So when it comes to coming off the wall, start with that. Start with those big hits that you then have to follow. And then as you get better at it, work on making them tighter and tighter and tighter. And even if it's just that, like just get a redirecting touch from an air hit or an aerial hit. If the ball goes up too high rather than out, that's where you're going to want to break. Because otherwise, you're going to get in front of the ball. Then you're totally going to flail the whole air dribble thing, right? And just very small little bits of readjusted boost. Like, obviously, the flip reset was a little unnecessary. But, you know, doing like this. I just turned my nose in the opposite direction. I kept it up. I kept it up in the air. But I boosted back behind the ball a little bit until me and the ball were around roughly the same speed. And that's it. I'm just trying to keep it close. So much of these mechanics is just learning how to keep the ball close. And understanding too that air rolling is only necessary for repositioning. It's not something you need to be doing the whole time. Let me check something real quick. I have an inbox. Oh, not that inbox. Margall is red. Mark is red. Okay. Does anybody have any requests? Anybody want to come in and work on something specific? You want to show me what you got? Show me what you got. Ooh, that's pressure. And when you see a lot of pros doing this right here, really what they're doing is obviously they're training their aerial mechanics, but they're working on their ability to move around the field quickly with the ball and then maintain control and possession, but at a pace that is difficult for people to read, even themselves, right? So then they kind of have to improvise a little bit. Screw it, let's do it. Oh, he wants in. All right, Brian. You're about to be that guy. Let's go. I'm inviting you to speak. Speak. If you want to. Did I do it correctly? I don't even know if this is working right. Hey, Brian's here. Oh. Did you push the button? So what you want to do, brother? No, it's not. It's up to you. I know. I'm so needy. Oh no, I was just gonna start streaming the Discord call. But I want to see it from your point of view. Well, how? Oh. That's okay. We're gonna be focusing on what you're doing. Show us what you got. Oh, you can't? Is that a permission I have to give you? Huh. All right, let's give it a shot. Let me see. I can disable your video, but I can't. Okay. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Now, hold on. Let me adjust my OBS real quick. Because now we are going to see you. Window capture. Wait, do I have this on? Discord. Haha. Ooh. We're going to change this real quick. Click, clickety, clack, click, click, clack. Oh, I can just pop this out. I don't know why I didn't just do that. Why did I do that? Where's it at? There it is. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that guy. Whoo. Yeah, buddy. It's so little. How do I make it little? How do I put it on? Oh, I know why. It's because you're using your ultra wide. Your ultra wide. Good lord. No, it's fine. Bro, it's whatever. You're good. Mm-hmm. Sure. All right. Set you one up again here. Go for a wall to air dribble right now. And that's cool. So that's where actually learning the brake tap, that's where that kind of comes in handy. Just like sort of, yeah, that's, see there you jumped too early. Too early. Mm-hmm. I apologize. I was sending a text. Oh, I see another thing you're doing. Okay, so speed the ball to the wall, hit your brake. So you should have separation between you and the ball before you even start going up the wall. You're too close to the ball, so it's not allowing you to actually make a popping contact. Yeah. Do you ever use the take possession button? There's a take possession. Oh, look at that. Yeah, but if you do it while you're driving, it'll be in front of you. Not the on top of your car, but the one in front of your car. Okay, what's the other one then? No, that's start dribble. always visible. No, it's take possession. Yeah, take possession's where it drops in front of your car. So if you do that while you're driving, yeah, no, it's for replay. You're good there. Ah, yeah, you should get rid of that or change it to something different. Oh no, pass ball is important. You need pass ball. Maybe defend shot. I never use defend shot, but so yeah, there you go. Get yourself a little bit of space. Ah, look at that. And now you got something you can follow up. Adjust your. Okay. And there, yeah, you were just going too quickly there. And again, like creating that separation between you and the ball before you even take off the wall will help with that because it's going to create that space naturally based on your touch with the ball. But a lot of the first touch comes down to like actually redirecting it in the direction you want it to go in the first place. There you go. Yeah. That's what's up. So right there, I can tell you were boosting too much rather than boosting enough to get to the ball. Okay, fair. That's fair. Mm-hmm. This is where I would recommend using the wall to air dribble training pack. So that way you can just get in multiple reps in a short amount of time. And like when you fail, you just quickly reset. That way you're not spending all that time going for the setup and everything. I mean, like, this should be number one on the browse. Did you recently delete all of your game files? Oh, yeah, that's gone. Yeah, I watched your flip reset video and I was wondering if you could go over what stick inputs you use to flip under the ball and any tips to getting the timing down. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, let me finish working with El Blanco here. I know that Blanco is your actual last name. It's just funny because it's Spanish for white. You Spanish white? Do you? Oh, you have variants on. I can see it. You absolutely have it on. Should be under training. So yeah, just start with shot number 1. That's the other thing you need to work on. Don't boost and press a stick direction at the same time. I know that seems really weird, but especially when you're not using air roll, when you boost left and right, your car is going to be fighting. I don't know why I said that weird. It's fighting left and right momentum as you try to shift back and forth. And when you boost, you're only agitating or making that momentum left and right more egregious. Like bottom center. If you want, I could put it on my stream and I could show you like just a very simple example of what it is you're trying to do. Yeah. Shot 2 is a tough one because you like it kind of starts behind you. Hey, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. All right. No, you're good. You're good. No. I just put it on the actual like YouTube stream. If you wanted to watch it there, I didn't know if you were or not. Am I making? Oh, that's right. I'm making more work for you. My bad. Hold up. The echo. Where's Discord? Oh, there you are. All right. Anyway. All right. So, again, boosting until about right there where the colors on the wall are. Right? Boost to that. And then make your jump. Sorry? So you see the colors as they transition to the half pipe? So right here. You're going to boost to about right there. When your wheels start to cross that threshold, that's when you want to stop boosting. So... And you can boost a little bit to get behind the ball, too. But again, it's very small. So I just use a little bit of joystick air roll to roll my wheels down towards the ground. That was a little fancier, but that's abusing that boost jump, sir. Sorry. Because when you get to this point right here, let me get a good example here. Damn it. Because then you can start doing double taps. I mean, that's basically all that is. All right, I'm gonna pull you back up now. Why in the world is it not showing up? Oh, Discord. Why are you so fickle? I have it pulled up, dude. Oh, because it's locked now? You don't like it because it's locked? No. It's my bad. It's my bad. I got it. We're good. We have you now. No, we don't. I can't minimize that window, apparently. No, you're good. You're good. So yeah, go back to shot 1. Okay. So yeah, boost. And then... Oh, that was good, though. That was good. Yeah, I think your reset shot and navigate shot are the same button. That's exactly what's happening. You're getting it, though. Booyah. Oh, snap. Randy's in the chat. Poggers. So try making your adjustments a little bit smoother. Less... I feel like they're a little jerky. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. That's hilarious. All right, so when are we going to see that front flip? Also, go for one continuous little boost here. So just boost and then stop boosting. There, hey. Look at that. There it is. Oh. There you go. Look how fancy you just looked. Is that the thing, right? That's the thing. It's doing all of these small, simple things that create a much larger base of mechanical foundation. So here's the next thing. Boost just enough to where you would touch the ball. So don't boost to the ball, boost just enough to where you would touch it. There you go. Now do that underneath the ball. No. I just want you to boost to the ball. Because that's getting that first soft touch. Yes. And see, now you're starting to have possession in the air. Look, just because you're an unmechanical GC. Also, since I know you have Bacchus mod, you should turn off unlimited boost. So see that top slider? Slide that all the way. No. The very first slider. There you go. Slide that all the way to there you go. So now you can It's all right. So you should come off the wall with about 70 boost. So that's a great indicator of how much boost you should or shouldn't be using to train this. Plus, it's also great training for knowing what you can and can't do in a game. All right. One more Bacchus mod thing I'm going to make you do. You're my guinea pig. Go to... Where's it at? Current game. Put the game speed down to 50%. 0.5. There you go. All right. Now reset your shot. All right. Go back to shot 1 if you can. Right there. When the ball is directly in between you and the goal, that's when you want to work on jumping off the wall or making contact on the ball. Right? Nope. Too early. Yep. Nope, still too early. The ball should eclipse. I know it's weird. I wanted you to slow it down so we could show this and demonstrate in real time. So the idea is that the ball should eclipse the goal. Yeah, sorry, I know the timing's off a little bit. Booyah. There you go. That's perfect. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna pause you for a second. Or actually, may I have control? One more again. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. One more again here. Why won't it let me? What the heck? There we go. Let me close that for a second. All right. So when doing ball to air dribbles, another thing you want to work on is if you have to get behind the ball. Now I'm all jerky. If you have to get behind the ball, then you want to boost behind it, but then don't boost until you're actually, or sorry, I'm not making good sense. You don't want to boost towards the goal until you're in line with the goal. So, damn it, let me try to get a good demonstration here. So I boosted to the ball, right? And then once I was in line with my target, then I start boosting again. So otherwise, you'll end up doing one of these moves here. Let me see if I can. You're just boosting and pushing it out away, right? You don't want that. So instead, you should be positioning where you need to be. And then once you're there, trying to focus that towards the goal. A good example of this is, let's go to the old Devo pack. Where's that at? So double taps are a great example of this. So the first thing you have to do in a double tap, obviously, is get up to the ball. So you should be boosting 2 times. Once to get up to the ball, and once into the ball in the direction you want it to go. So I'm here, lined up, and then I boost into it again. A lot of aerial touches go down just like this. So this is a great way to practice that whole boosting to it and then boosting through it in the direction you want it to go. Because one of the things that, like, it just seems like if you were just to boost into this the whole time, you're just going to bang it off and you're like, well, I don't understand, like, how do people hit it and then they're in line with the ball? Well, that's how they do it. They boost to the ball, then through the ball, and then it allows them to follow it up. Because now you've reset the ball and your car on a different course of direction. Does that make sense? Did I lose you? Oh, sorry. Ah. Yeah, these are all very basic examples, of course, but this is a good one. When a ball's coming at you, same deal, right? You would boost up to it, then boost through it. And this is something you would see a lot in games too, right? Where it's like you're trying to go up to the ball, but then you want to keep possession of it. Let me see if I can get like a nice soft touch. Kinda. Well, because you see that recoil that I'm getting from the ball? I get less of that when the car is already in motion, because the ball can't affect the car when it's already spinning like that. Because otherwise the ball will apply rotational force. But if the car is already in a state of rotation, then it can't affect it. Not nearly as much, at least. And this kind of goes back to the like air dribbling off your backboard sort of deal. So like you would come up here, and as soon as you make that touch, like don't boost in the ball. Hold on. Don't boost into the ball, boost to the ball, and then after you make the touch, immediately after, start boosting again. And you're able to stay with it and not just bang it away. Yeah, it's because I'm on this game right now. I'm sorry, kid. Any Hoosers? Was there any other questions? Was there any questions I missed? Anybody have anything else? What about you, Randy? You want to learn some mechanics? Even though you're clearly better than me. A lot of it. Ooh, these are the tough ones. I like these though. Oh. It's fun learning how to maintain your momentum with the ball. By boosting through it. It's so cool. Any Hooser? Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to seduce me? Yeah, we could run a couple games of twos, and then we can close it out with that. Ah. Hello, Aaron. Oh yeah, it totally worked. These guys are gonna be mad that we're like try-harding and casual. Oh well. That's gonna be a goal. Oh my god. There you go. There's a chance. Mm-hmm. Nah, you gotta make those moments happen. Hit him with the reverse. There you go. There you go. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. Hey, there he goes. Yeah, just a power aerial. Oh, he's helping. All right, I'll put this back right for you. Do you think I'm a liar? All right, they're both up. Look at all that free space. You might want to make a move. Never mind, I got you. Oh no, I lost my flip. No, no. Should have. I had this. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go flip into this, and then I had no flip. There was no flip to be had. Yeah. He had the high ground. All right. We'll play right till we lose. That's okay. You do what feels right to you. BBL Drizzy. It's a banger. Oh my lord. That's the other thing too. When you learn how to do aerial mechanics, you learn when someone has and doesn't have the ball. It's crazy. Like you could just see it and you're like, oh yeah, they don't have that. Shots. It's a good save. We're okay. No, it's not. Mostly. Oh, that was good. That was good. Fake the reset. They must be on comms. That's just in. If nobody's... Nah, he's gonna get... Oh, no, okay. Trying to. That was a great pop-up. No, that was a great pop-up. Oh, bummer. Oh, that could be in. Yes, sir. You did it. Yeah, I knew it was coming. In that case, I don't know how close you were to be able to cut that. I was just saying, those situations, like, if you can, try to cut that to save your second man. I got Tim mode. Ooh, that was good. It's also a good hit. Nice. Good shot. Almost had that. Yeah, I wasn't gonna be able to get back to that. Well, that was good. You do now. Nah, he's gonna be there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Vision. Boy, that was a mighty fine ass whooping we just received. Well, hey man, we went out with a bang. Well, no, I hope this was fun. I hope everybody got something out of it, and I look forward to doing this again in the future. I know that I've hosted little Q&As like this on my my YouTube channel and stuff, but for more specific training like this, I'm excited to get to do this with the community. So yeah, I look forward to doing this more. I will talk with Dreamy and the bunch about setting up another time to do something like this. So you guys, you know, practice, get your questions together. Feel free to hit me up anytime, you know, comments, Discord, whatnot. And yeah, if there's enough interest, we'll get something like this going again. Brian, thank you so much for being my guinea pig. You're a good friend. So yeah, until next time, everybody, enjoy the stream, and we'll catch you later. Thanks.